actually quite low.
I feel like young people have a burning passion inside them that, for many reasons, remains untapped.
A passion that, when lit, literally cannot be stopped.
And you have to ask yourself what the world would look like if someone or something woke that sparkle. I'm Orla Morris-Tulin.
And I'm Sean Tracy, and
This is the story of how inspired creativity can truly change lives.
and thus how it can change the world. Junk Kouture is the largest recyclable fashion competition for young people in the world. An annual event which challenges youthful students with designing, creating and showcasing a piece of fashion which must be made entirely out of recycled materials.
We are that creative, that sport for creative kids. That's what we are, and that fits everywhere. You know, you've got all these creative kids and they're searching for a platform that is similar to what football or swimming or athletics gives them. Junk Kouture just fills that gap.
A few weeks ago, 3 past participants of this competition were brought together for a challenge to make a piece of fashion over the course of 3 days with designers they had never met before. The punchline?
The design was to be worn at Climate Week NYC, the largest showcase of climate action in the world. Today, those 3 days of bringing this design to life begin.
Everyone's working together really well. I love that we all bring like so many different things to the design, and we all each have a different vision, but they all work so well together, which is rare to find and exciting to be a part of that kind of team.
I'm Neve Porter, I'm 24 from Donegal, and I competed in Junk Kouture in 2013 when I was in my 4th year of secondary school.
What was Neve like as a student?
Extremely quiet, extremely quiet.
I loved school, I really enjoyed it, but I wasn't very studious or enjoyed many of the academic classes. Art was kind of the only one I was ever really interested in, and I kind of fell out of art a lot, like towards the end of my 3rd year in school, my junior cert. My art teacher, he was a retiring teacher, kind of told me like that I wasn't like good enough to pursue art because that's what I always thought I wanted to do. And then I kind of, because I was so shy and self-conscious, I just completely listened to him and I just fell out of love with it. I was very lucky then in the start of my 4th year that my new art teacher, I was leaving the class and she was like, absolutely not. Like, you can't leave this class, you have to stay.
I suppose, you just know, when somebody truly loves art, and Neve truly loved it. She had an innate talent. It was like pulling it out, dragging it out of her and getting her to believe in herself.
I think all of her students that wanted to pursue art, she could just see something in people, and I think that's just an amazing quality to have in a teacher. I'm just so lucky to have her. That's when she kind of encouraged me to take part in Junk Kouture and just to enjoy the process and not think about the competition as much. It just gives you like a platform and an experience to do something that like people that age don't really get to do.
The music teacher donated a piano, which they took a sledgehammer to and broke all the keys. And herself and her teammates, they used the piano keys. They, based it on like a monochrome idea, and it was very extravagant. It was a huge, big piece, and it worked very, very well.
Although we may not have gotten as far as maybe we would have hoped to get, we still got the best part of the experience out of it. Yeah, it's definitely not about the winning. I think it's about, it sounds so cheesy to say it's about the journey, but it is about that process.
It would have given her the confidence to know that this is the right path for me, and also to know I can do this. I'm capable. I can do this, and I now have the confidence to do it.
And then also, I guess, it was the celebration of it, because all of us that were taking part, creative kids, a lot of the time don't really get to be celebrated and don't get that hype maybe as much as sports or academics do. So it was just, it made you feel special, and I think that was what was so amazing about it.
It has taught me that young people are innately creative. It's there, and it's up to us as their teachers to draw that out. That creativity can be brought into anything. It can be brought into any field, and apart from anything, it makes you a better person.
So I graduated college in 2018, and after I graduated I had plans to go to New York. So I finished the summertime and was going December, and I was working in just a local hotel in the meantime. So I was applying for loads of internships, and the internship that I got was the only one that I saw that I was like, I really, really want this internship. It just felt so perfect for me. It obviously went well because I got the internship and I started as soon as I went to New York. So I was a design assistant, design intern first, and then later I became the design assistant in a studio in Brooklyn. My very first day, I came in and I sat down and they were like, we're working on this Michelle jacket. I was like, okay, no worries, whatever. I thought nothing of it, and then I had it finished and they're like, no, you have to go and leave this off to Michelle's stylist. And I was like, who's Michelle? Who is this? And they're like, oh, it's Michelle Obama. And I was like, what? They all assumed that I would know. And I was like, how would I know that this was for Michelle Obama? I don't see how I thought that I could have done anything except fashion, and I was always so interested in it, and I just didn't have that confidence and belief in myself to pursue it. And I'm just so grateful that she really pushed me to go into it. And sorry, I'm getting so emotional when I think about it. I'm glad now that when I look back I can say that, yeah, I think I am really good at it, and I have that belief in myself now that I can see myself as a proud person and a valuable designer, that I have those skills. So this was from when I first graduated in 2018, and this was from a magazine actually. They printed photos of my collection, but Miss Gallagher asked me to come back to join in a fashion show they were doing in the school to show off my collection. So it was literally I think just a few weeks before I moved to New York, and the students wore my coats and stuff. It was just such a nice, felt like a wee full circle moment, almost coming back and showing them here. And then they made me sign it.
It's down to her teacher that she's done what she loves, and she's found her passion, she's found her tribe, she's found her people. And before that in school, she said she never really found her footing. She didn't know what she wanted to do, and nobody should feel stupid in school. Nobody should feel stupid in school. So how's the design process? How's it going on?
It's going good. I'm a big stress ball, so I'm stressing, but I think just everything will fall into place, everything will be good. Try not to stress, because what good will letting they do? Do you know what I mean? So.
I'm Cain Newman and I am 20 years old. I live in Whitehall, Dublin, Ireland, and I competed in Junk Kouture in 2018 and 2019.
Keane within our, I suppose within our school was well known, you know, extremely popular. Teachers are still asking me about Keane. He would come in and chat to me, you know, and if there was anything bothering him then he'd just get it off his chest and he'd do a bit of giving out, almost like, you know, you were his friend.
In 5th year, my teacher came up to me with this booklet and was like, I think this really suits you. I think this would really be like, I think you should look into it and all that. I was looking through it and I was kind of like, this is so cool. Like what, like how have these people like made these outfits out of like materials, these recyclable materials? I don't know, it's like a light switched or something switched like in me, and I was kind of like, right, I want to do it, I'm going to do it. She was like, have a mood board, have a look around you, kind of like just stroll around, think of anything, literally anything and everything goes.
One of our blinds was really so messy, it was gone real grubby and all that. And I said to my husband, I said, we need new blinds. I said, I'm taking that blind down. And so I just was taking kind of one by one down. And I took one down and he's going, Mum, are you throwing that out?
I took the blinds from my house, which my mum was not that quite happy about.
I was just doing blind by room, so all the other blinds were still there. But then as the time went on, I was going, I didn't take that blind down, I didn't. So he just started taking the blinds down himself. I went, what are you doing with the blinds? And he goes, I'm making an effort. And I kept saying, how could you make an effort out of blinds? But anyway, he did. And yeah, that's the story of the blinds. I was left with no blinds.
Then when I brought my design to Miss McQuaid, she was thrilled. She was like, this is so good. She was like, I can see her vision for it, and it's also like, it's so beautiful. James Patrice actually came to my school and I had to get in my outfit. I had to stroll through the halls of the school and I was quite petrified. I was kind of thinking to myself, why should I care? I should just do me, just keep on strutting, and if they're not talking about me, if they're not looking at me, obviously I'm doing something wrong.
The teachers in the staff room, they said to me afterwards, it just brought a life and energy of creativity, and to see it sort of within the school was just wonderful.
Got through, made it to the grand finals, and we were so ecstatic. Mum was already booking tickets. She was like, oh, we're getting this, we're getting me nanny going, we're getting me granddad going, the whole family's going. My teacher was like, we'll be there, time off, grand. Once you step out there, they're reading out your design, and then the music just comes on, lights hit you. People are screaming as well, like cheering on for you, like if family members, school or friends, you can hear them, you can hear the music, and it all just kind of comes together.
Oh, as a teacher, I don't know. Well, as a teacher and a person, you just get I felt so excited. I don't have any sons, but you feel like he's your son and you just feel so proud of him.
Actually, looking back, because the previous year when he had entered and he didn't get to the finals, and this, he wanted it so much, so I was so happy for him.
วันนี้ก็เป็นวันสุดท้ายแล้วที่ต้องแบบได้ทำงานอยู่กับเพื่อนใช่ไหมคะแล้วทีนี้ก็แบบก็ทำแบบไปเรื่อยๆค่ะหวังว่าก็แบบจะทำให้เสร็จวันนี้พยายามจะทำให้เสร็จเพราะว่าก็เหลืออีกเยอะมากที่แบบยังไม่เสร็จแต่ก็พยายามที่จะทำกันให้เสร็จค่ะสวัสดีค่ะหนูชื่อนางสาวเตชินีนาเวียงชื่อเล่นชื่อนิวค่ะอายุ19ปีหนูมาจากประเทศไทยค่ะหนูย้ายมาอยู่ที่ไอร์แลนด์ตอนอายุ16ปีตอนพ.ศ. 2018หนูได้เข้าร่วมการแข่งขันจงกระจัวค่ะ
The first time I met New was 3 years ago, and New arrived into the art room, just blended with the rest of the students, as students tend to do.
ก็คือตอนที่ย้ายมาที่ ที่ประเทศไอร์แลนด์ก็คือรู้สึกมีความตื่นเต้นค่ะแล้วก็แบบรู้สึกเศร้านิดนึงเพราะว่าก็คิดถึงเพื่อนที่ไทยแล้วก็แบบครอบครัวแล้วก็กิจกรรมต่างๆกับเพื่อนกับครอบครัวที่ไทยแล้วก็คิดถึงโรงเรียนเก่า But I was excited to make a new friends in here in my new school and I was so nervous and especially knowing my English is not so good.
Very quickly realised that she's very, very talented through the working of materials and manipulation of materials. She's one in a million. You don't come across that very often, but when you do, you just sit up and pay attention.
In 2018, when I was in TY, and my art teacher, Miss Kelly, she introduced me about the Junk Kouture competition. It was all thanks to Miss Kelly. แล้วทีนี้หนูก็บอกว่าก็เลยแบบว่าอยากทำค่ะอยากลองทำดูแกก็เลยแบบพยายามหาแบบ
We've been doing it for a good few years. We're surrounded here with lots of different ways of doing things, but New came back with ways of doing things that I had never seen. I'd chopped down a bamboo tree that was blocking my window at home, and I had all this bamboo, and somebody will embrace this. So I brought bamboo into school. So I asked New if she could start to work with it. New started to put together the same structure as scaffolding in the East. They use bamboo as scaffold for buildings and turning it into wearable art. The process was sawing each piece of bamboo into small pieces and then holding it over a candle to get a ridge of darkness. And then she took the bamboo skewers, and each skewer was crisscrossed. As each skewer was crisscrossed, it was building. It was like the scaffolding method, but as they crisscrossed, she then wrapped the thread in some sort of knotting method. I don't know how to do it, it's just beyond me. That was taken from a small amount. That became a cuff, and then that went into a full skirt. I'm only speaking from what I think. I think New was extremely homesick, missed family and home, Thailand, you know, and to be coping with a new school and new friends, leaving all that. You know, there was a lot going on there, and the little bit that you could do for art and Junk Kouture, it was a small but a very important part of the development of the character, of the person, and of the beautiful girl she is. You know, she's very special.
ก็คือตอนที่ไปแข่งขันที่ระดับประเทศที่ทีอารีนานะคะก็คือแบบมีความตื่นเต้นแล้วก็กังวลเพราะว่าแบบไม่รู้ว่าคนจะคิดยังไงกับชุดของเรากับการแสดงของเราเพราะว่าเราใช้ในการแบบชุดของเราจะออกไปในสไตล์ของแบบไทยแล้วก็เพลงเราก็ใช้ของเพลงไทยที่เอาไปแสดงกลัวแบบเขาไม่เข้าใจว่านี่คืออะไรแล้วแบบกลัวแบบว่าคนเขาจะไม่ชอบแต่พอแบบขึ้นไปบนเวทีแล้วทุกคนก็แบบปรบมือให้อะไรแบบนี้
To be in the 3 arena and you've got students on stage, and I would have there's other members of staff with me, and they nearly have to hold my hand or calm me down because I just get through it, just get through. I just think the whole silhouette of New's dress that in 2019, the whole silhouette was so beautiful. No matter what photograph you took, what angle. No part of her, and her beam and her smile, and to be up there and the beauty that she just exudes, she's just oozing beautiful energy. You're just so proud and delighted for her to have it, you know.
I was so nervous and on how people gonna think about me, but did not stop me from showing my talents. ก็แบบรู้สึกภูมิใจที่ได้นำแบบวัฒนธรรมไทยหรือเพลงไทยมานำเสนอให้แบบต่างชาติได้ดูที่นี่ค่ะแล้วทุกคนก็
I think the transformation that New has showcased since arriving to Ireland highlights exactly what creativity can do for a person in Ireland and around the world. She has been able to find herself and to grow into herself, and not only that, but she's been allowed to integrate herself into this new environment of Athlone and Ireland and a new school, and that just shows the power of creativity, I think.
Things are going good. I think the guys are kind of feeling the pressure now. It's been intense 3 days coming together, and we only had a sketch at the start, so there's been a lot of sampling, and the kind of pressure is all now to hit it to 3D, so to get the drawing and to get it onto a mannequin. But they're working really well together. It's a fantastic project, and it's kind of showing them the reality of the working world, coming together, working within tight deadlines, listening to others' creative ideas, and the sampling, like, you know, not everything works. So that's been a challenge for them, but yeah, they're doing good, and it's going to be a special piece.
One of the points I would like to bring to bear is that we have a bigger purpose, you know, and I say it to people now, we have, over the last 100 years especially, built these concrete jungles around ourselves, and it's almost like we have kind of this want to get away from nature and as such, and it's a divide. So young people are growing up with, you know, my natural habitat is now a concrete jungle, versus the reality is we are part of this incredible nature that we've got.
For the design, I think we really wanted to show how far all of us have grown since the competition. We felt it was really important to show our new skills, and that included, you know, making it more textile based and fashion based, and using dead stock fabrics that are ready for the bin, and just more updated techniques. And we definitely felt it was necessary, or what we really wanted to do was to show how we can bring our Junk Kouture experience into the fashion world of sustainability.
There's a whole movement towards well-being now, but really all we need is to get back into our natural environment. That will do a huge, you know, change for us in our own well-being ourselves, but we have this responsibility to protect that environment. So while Junk Kouture is entertainment and education and you know, pathways for young people, we still have this, you know, bigger umbrella. We have to inspire young people to find the solutions that we need.
Before any of this started, we asked ourselves what the world might look like if the spark within us all could be woken up. And I think we just witnessed such a world.
We just witnessed the power of encouragement from those people who we look up to most, whether those people are in our local communities or whether they're out on the global stage.
And we also learned the power of self-expression when we give ourselves permission to showcase who and what we truly are beneath the skin.
But these characteristics all lie under one umbrella.
Inspired creativity. And so what we really learned here was the power of such a force to change a life for the better.
And when a life can change for the better, so can the world.